Hey, STEM course students. Today we will be going through all the important aspects that you should know about creating a LinkedIn profile, as well as the information that you should gather to make sure that you can set up a successful professional LinkedIn student profile. And before we jump right in, I want to remind you guys about the Employer Speaker Series and the Internship Development Series. If you have not already signed up and received the Zoom links, please go ahead and follow the link so that you can pre register, add it to your calendar. You don't want to sleep on this. These are opportunities for you to actually start connecting with employers on LinkedIn. So, as you guys can see, we have a few employers that are going to be coming onto these Zoom calls. It's a really good way for you to start putting a face to your name. Like I said, connecting on LinkedIn, building your network in this industry, and just start understanding, the different opportunities that are in the STEM umbrella. And as a bonus, we will also be raffling off a gift card to the attendees. So you definitely want to be there in person to be considered, but we will be uploading these onto YouTube if you can't make it live. If you haven't already done so, I strongly recommend following us on Instagram. The QR code on the leftmost side will actually direct you to our growth sector Instagram page. And I suggest following us because we often will put reminders on our Instagram story. So it should help you know what's up and coming for that week. We generally will post on Monday, and through the week, we'll have a countdown leading up to that Friday session. If you cannot make it to that Friday session, we also upload those videos onto our YouTube page. So I do want to offer the QR code on the rightmost side that will take you to our actual videos that are recorded from the past. And if you need help finding them in the future, you have this QR code. All right, so you may be thinking, why a LinkedIn profile? Why should I make another social media platform? So, first and foremost, let's step away from the idea that this is social media and step into the idea that this is a professional network. So, you want to place yourself in position to be able to access all of these internships and learn about all the different jobs out there, considering that this is a virtual job board. So, when you do make your profile, understand that you're building your brand. This is your personal brand. Just like companies build their brands online, it's also important for you to showcase yourself in a professional manner. Also, this can help you rank your name on Google. Typically, it's easier to get your LinkedIn page to rank on Google versus a homemade website or online portfolio. And lastly, this helps you keep a list of people that you've met. And one day, if you need to reconnect with them for a job opportunity or networking opportunity, it's easy to follow them and see where they're at now. And also, whenever you're looking for a job opportunity and you go to the employer's page, you can see if you have any connections on there. So start connecting with folks now. So, a really powerful feature here is the ability to be able to research a company name. So when you land on the company's profile page, you can then see all about them, their products, their posts, their jobs, life at this company, the people that work there, and any insights. So really offers you a lot of depth of information. Also, you can see if you have any connections that are currently working there. So it really leverages your ability to learn more about this employer. And also, if you want an informal interview or a coffee chat with somebody, this is a good place to start because you can see all of the employees that are currently working there. All right, so before we dive in, and we will be guiding you step by step on how to complete this, you're going to want to have a profile picture, an about me slash summary, your experiences, your education, a list of your skills, any volunteer experiences, and if you already have your resume, this will really help you out. Whether it's a digital or a hard copy, we can definitely transfer all the information onto our LinkedIn profile. So this is what your student profile will look like, starting with the experience. It's going to be in chronological order. You're going to have your education listed. If you've transferred, please make sure that you add all of the schools that you've attended. If you have any volunteering experience, please do add that. It'll also formulate it in chronological order for you. Your skills, soft and hard skills, you're going to want to add. Your courses, any STEM related courses, we urge you to add them on here because it will definitely speak volumes to employers. And your interests. This will help them also gauge what it is that interests you, what projects they could potentially put you on based on these areas that you've highlighted. All right, profile picture. So think of this as your digital first impression because you are now putting a face to your name through this profile picture. So let's make sure that it is not a selfie. Let's make sure that it's professional, that we aren't throwing up any peace signs. We want to just be front and center with a nice, clear smile, look presentable, look approachable. This shows that you are serious about your career. So we definitely want to use a high quality, clear photo. Let's make sure that it's not too dark so that our face is really shining out for the recruiter. And make sure that there is no date on the picture. And if you're wondering, hey, what can I wear? I don't really have, professional outfits like that. A good start is always a collared shirt, a button up. You can never go wrong. If you do want to fancy it up a little bit, you can throw on a blazer, but just make sure that, you look clean cut and presentable. All right, so navigating how to edit. We want to look for this little tiny pencil icon on the upper right hand corner, and we'll want to click that, and that'll help us edit our headline, add our work experience, education, and industry. So please find the little pencil on that corner, and you will click it for it to allow you to edit. So once you've clicked that pencil icon, this screen will pop up. So it'll say edit intro. And here you can edit your headline, your positions, education, and industry. So for our education section, we're going to want to include all of the colleges and universities or trade schools, any technical schools that you've attended. Please include any certificates that you've received or you've completed or are currently in process of. So adding these schools will definitely allow you to connect with anybody who was in that network. High school now, we want to avoid only if you've earned a certificate or if you were in a career technical program. Another awesome feature that LinkedIn offers when you are actually linked to your college page, you can drop down to their page and see that they have an alumni tab. If you click that tab, you can then see where are folks graduating and off to work at. So this can give you a good idea of the different industries that people are finding success in. You can also click on there and follow folks and just dig in deeper into your market research. Experience. So most of this content will come from your resume without all of the details. So we'll want to include your job title, the company name. If you have the website link to the company, you can also add that in there. And then we'll want to add the dates that you worked at this job experience. So one bullet point will explain your experience. Be selective. Make sure we keep it short and sweet and pique the interest of the recruiter or manager. So you want to make sure that we are highlighting any transferable skills in these bullet points. So make sure that you use those keywords that are found in the job description. So that will be really helpful. Internships, volunteering, and organization. So, all three of these have their own sections. And again, this content will come from your resume without all of the details. So, you'll want to highlight your position title, the name of the company or organization, the dates that you were there. And again, One bullet point that explains your experience is optional. Make sure to be selective, keep it short and sweet, and pique the interest of those recruiters and managers. And repeat the keywords that you want to be known for. Make sure that you are highlighting what it is that you contributed it to these experiences within these organizations, volunteer experience, or internships. Skills. Let's be sure to add at least 5 soft and 5 technical skills onto our LinkedIn profile. So some of them are already listed, so you can actually browse through the options that they have for you to select. And be sure that you are choosing the ones that you feel most strongly about yourself. Also, with the technical skills, let's add any software languages that we are comfortable using, as well as hardware. Those are all under your technical skills. So be sure that we are adding these on and highlighting them so that we can be considered for these internships that require these languages or skill sets. Summary section. So, your summary will briefly describe what you're passionate about doing, what you're particularly skilled at, and what your goals are. It'll basically expand on your headline to offer more specific details. So, if you look over to the right, I have included a example for you. So, this one is specific to a software engineer, but feel free to add your own spice to it depending on what area of STEM you are concentrating in. And a few last words on the summary section. We definitely want to treat this as if it's a cover letter. We want to show the employer things that they wouldn't necessarily learn from us if they were just reading a resume. So it really gives you the opportunity to be able to elaborate, whether that's on a story. So definitely feel free to share more than just the surface in this area. You'll want to proofread. Make sure you proofread it. Get a friend, a professor, a mentor, somebody to look over your summary. Even better if you have somebody that's actually in the industry, be able to give you some feedback and look over it. And then you'll want to check your spelling. Consider typing it in a Word doc first and then pasting it over. And then make sure that the spelling of your company names are correct, and any punctuation, just make sure that we are glancing over so that we avoid any errors. Claiming your URL. So you can actually personalize your LinkedIn profile. So we want to actually create something that is simple. So generally your first and last name, your name, and a few numbers. And you can actually do this by going on to your page, clicking on the upper right hand corner, edit public profile and URL. And there it will give you the opportunity to claim your personalized URL. And then we want to highlight a few of the best practices that you should do when editing your profile. Make sure that you are updating it from time to time, generally semester to semester. If you have any personal projects, we want to make sure that, we are adding these onto our LinkedIn so we do not get ahead of ourselves and forget what it is that we took away from each experience. Pursue opportunities. Use LinkedIn as a tool. So if you meet somebody important that's a professional in the work field, at school, through an event, through your parents, friends, a summer job, make sure you follow up right after and send that invitation to connect on LinkedIn. Make sure that you do while you're still fresh in that person's mind. A few things to avoid. Do not overshare. Don't add any information that is not relevant. Do not use a school email after certain years after you graduate. They tend to deactivate your email, so you do not want to be locked out of your account. LinkedIn is definitely a unique social media platform, so spend some time observing the feed before you begin to share any material. Content shared on LinkedIn is distinctly different from Facebook or other social media platforms, so definitely you want to keep it minimal and very professional. Random connection requests, avoid accepting those. Only add people that you know into your network. Always send a message whenever you are sending a connection request. So even if it's something brief, such as, hey, we met at a hackathon event, great to connect. Boom, send. So just something so you can jog their memory as far as where you met them. Avoid any buzzwords: responsible, creative, effective, analytical. These are some of the ones that are often overused. So if you are going to choose to use them sparingly. And as you guys may know, STEM Core is a national program, so we do want to connect you to other students across the states. And you can actually do so by joining our STEM Core group on LinkedIn. So feel free to click the underlined words here and it'll direct you to the LinkedIn page, or you can also scan the QR code and it'll prompt you onto the LinkedIn page so you can add and be a part of this group.